In The Hike, Drew Magary takes readers on a daring odyssey away from their day-to-day grind and transports them into an enthralling world propelled by heart, imagination, and survival.
We interrupt our program with a special bulletin. An unidentified object has been spotted in orbit around the Earth.
Hey everyone! Today I'm going to talk about another great unsung book, one that is called The Hike by Drew Magary. This is a great folktale / adventure story with pieces of Alice in Wonderland meets the Odyssey, with swearing and a little bit of dark humor spread throughout, which I love about Drew Magary's writing. His debut novel, The Postmortal, was equally as great and intriguing. But The Hike, I think, takes it to another level. Blurb time. One day a man named Ben decided to take a hike. He didn't plan on being out that long, he just had a business meeting later that night and a family to return home to the next day. He didn't expect to get lost. He didn't expect to stumble upon a scene of unimaginable horror, forcing him to run down a deep and twisting path that would lead him into a world of man-eating giants, bizarre demons, and colossal insects. He didn't expect to find himself on a quest of epic life-or-death proportions, aided by a profane crustacean and a variety of magical objects, tools, and potions. Forced to seek out a mysterious entity known as the Producer, along a trail that would test the depths of his stamina and his very soul. It's a story about a guy who goes to a business meeting. He flies and travels for work, so he travels to this kind of woodsy town and stays at a bed and breakfast or at a hotel. And before his meeting, he decides just to go to take a walk. So he goes to the front desk and says, hey, is there anywhere that I can go and just, is there any trails here that I can walk? Because this place is beautiful. I want to go explore the woods and kind of clear my head before my meeting. And the lady says, oh no, I don't think there are any trails around here. And so he just kind of goes outside and wanders around and he finds a trail. So he follows it. The initial thought of this book, I hadn't read much about it before reading it, but it kind of turned into like an action, horror, kind of spooky read initially. So it starts out, you kind of got your heart rate's increasing, there's a little bit of action and horror elements to it. And you're saying, what is this? This is craziness. And so it goes from that into more of a Alice in Wonderland head trip, twisting your mind around and you don't really know what's real, what's not. And then from there it just kind of breaks down into this silly, humorous adventure where you're not quite sure where it's going to lead next. You don't have a solid grip on the reality of what's happening in this book. And it really takes you for a ride. It grasps you in and it locks you down and it says, listen, we're doing this through the end, so you better stick with it. And the way that he writes is just very, very humorous, that you chuckle, but it's not silly. It's witty and it's funny. So obviously you can tell by the cover that it's not your typical story of self-discovery. Let me know if you've read any of his other stuff and what you think of The Hike. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was amazing, and it fits kind of my idea of a great adventure story. And I've read it more than twice, where you follow this man through his path and his journey, and you come out of it, you become a more empathetic person. And I really did like this book. It's very imaginative. It's very fun. It has heart. It has that deeper elements where you're not just reading a bunch of goofy things happening, that at the end it all gives you that breath and says, oh wow, this was really, it wasn't just kind of being funny and snarky, it was really kind of heavy, and it opens it up at the end of the book. So I thought it was great. The Hike by Drew Magary. Give it a shot. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. See ya.